Flower Show is one of the most exciting weeks of the gardening year. So this weekend at Davies Brothers, we're going to bring a little bit of Chelsea to you. At Chelsea Flower Show, there's something for everyone, and having shown there ourselves, we appreciate how much hard work goes into actually creating these designs. So after our late night shifts at the nursery, we love to watch it on catch up and follow the trends. Our favourite garden is definitely the Morgan and Stanley garden, because it's a true plant lover's garden where he's chosen woodland plants and sun-loving plants, because in every garden there's areas of sun and shade, and he works them into the planting scheme effortlessly so that it looks like it really should be there. So at Davies Brothers, we've sourced the plants that are key elements in his design so that you can create this at home. Now, one of the favourites is GM Totally Tangerine. This flowers from June until August, and it's a really vibrant orange colour. Not something that I'd usually like, but combine this with Salvia caradonna and you've not only got the lovely colour contrast, but also the structural contrast of a nice free-form flower with a very structural upright flower. He's also cleverly used some rhodanthelums, which is an evergreen daisy, and if you deadhead them, they flower all through the summer. They love a sunny spot and they'll tolerate a little bit of neglect in terms of watering as well. And not only has it got a lovely flower, but the foliage is a nice silver too, so it contrasts well against other planting. Then we've got these agapanthus, which are not completely hardy, so they're best planted in a pot in the ground, because not only can you then lift them in the winter to put them somewhere slightly more sheltered, but it also restricts the root growth, which means that you get much more flowers and they'll be a much better quality. Our Camilla mollis is a real cottage garden favourite, and it's easy to see why. It's got a lovely lush green leaf, really strong leaf as well, big form, so it stands out in amongst the planting. And it's got a vibrant yellow flower which is really wispy, so it's not too overpowering. It's easy to grow, so if you can't grow this, then maybe you should stop trying to grow anything, because it grows in sun or partial shade. It self-seeds freely, so it gives a really nice naturalistic look. Definitely a winner in any planting scheme. It's got a long flowering period too. For the shadier areas, we've got things like hostas. Now, hosta leaves are just so recognisable because they're strong, they're lush, they're big, and they contrast really well with most other leaves, especially fern leaves, which luckily also love the shade. And you can see that the form is just so different. You've got the delicate little leaf fronds here contrasting against a really big flat backdrop. This is Euphorbia wolfenii, which doesn't look a lot now admittedly, but it's going to grow up here, and it's a real sun lover. It's more about the form and the structure than the pretty flowers, but it really does make a statement. This is my personal favourite, Erysimum Bolsmode. It flowers for about 10 months of the year. It does get big, tall, wispy flower stems that you need to chop back from time to time just to keep it looking tidy. The other downside is that it only lasts for about 3 years before it needs replacing, but in my opinion it does so much in that time that it earns its place in any garden. Now this green looking thing at the moment is loaded up with lots and lots of buds ready to explode open into white flowers. They come in white and blue, and this is Campanula tachyon. It flowers for the whole of the summer. You just keep deadheading the little bell heads here and there, and the bees love it, so it's a must-have really. And last but certainly not least, one that you probably all know, even if you're not an avid gardener, is the lupin. Now, it's got fantastic palmate leaves which really stand out, and a spire-like flower. This one is Gallery Blue Shade, so it's a dwarf one which can go at the front of a border. There's lots of lovely varieties. Another personal favourite of mine is the Masterpiece, which is a two-tone one. The only thing you need to watch out for with these is the slugs. When they're re-emerging from the ground next year, the slugs try to get at them before they get away. So you need to keep an eye on that. Maybe go out there late at night with a torch hunting them down, or put a little wall barrier around to stop them getting to the lupins. But again, well worth the effort. These are just some of the Chelsea-inspired plants we've sourced here at Davies Brothers Nursery. There are many, many more. So if you can't make it to Chelsea this year, why not come to Davies Brothers instead, where you can not only view the lovely plants, but take some home as well.